All right, want to change topics now. Joining us now on the phone is Congresswoman Julia Brownley. She represents Ventura County. Congresswoman, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, thank you very much for joining us. And, we want to talk about the raids that are going on in Camarillo. Let's talk about, what you're hearing now as far as the number of people detained out there.
Well, what I'm hearing is what you're reporting. So I can't give you any further information than that, because it has been clear in this administration when we reach out to the Department of Homeland Security for this kind of information, we cannot get it.
Congresswoman, what type of farm is this? We heard it was a tomato farm at one point, but that may have changed.
It's hard to tell based on the coverage that I'm seeing on television exactly what farm it was. There actually was a marijuana farm that is housed. It's not out in the field, but it seems like most of your coverage is out in a field, or fields, I should say. So I don't know what's growing there. I can't tell from the pictures.
All right, Congresswoman Brownley, there's no indication these raids are going to stop anytime soon. Is there a game plan here?
Well, these raids have to stop in this kind of fashion. Clearly, the federal government has the right to deport and detain, I should say, people who have committed crimes of sorts. But what's happening here is just it seems to be politically motivated. It just is immoral. It's inhuman. It looks vulgar to me watching it. This is not. It's un-American. This is not who we are. So there can be a peaceful way of going about the business as opposed to what's going on right now, just kind of creating fear, creating chaos, and seemingly just sweeping up farm workers. So I will tell you that these farm workers during COVID, they were declared as essential workers. These are hard-working people who are breaking their backs to feed all of us in this country. And to treat them the way they are being treated right now, as I said, is completely immoral as far as I'm concerned.
Congresswoman, you're talking about them being essential workers. And, we also have to talk about the economic impact because, as you know, this is going to create a domino effect. There are tons of farms in these areas. Let's talk about that impact that it's going to have not only on a local level, but also on a national level.
It's huge. I mean, just in Ventura County, where I represent, it's about a $2 billion industry for us, a big economic driver. For the nation, it's also going to be huge. President Trump said he wasn't going to go after the farm workers. I thought he understood why they're so essential to our country. But, most of these people, 99% of these people are hardworking people, hardworking families who are community members who earn not a decent living, but earn a living and spend that money in our community, which is just a generator, again, for moving the economy forward. And this is going to have a tremendous impact if this continues to happen.
What do you want the constituents to know?
I want constituents to know that there is another pathway here, and that is we in Congress should be creating an immigration process that provides a pathway for hard-working folks to move through to become a permanent part of our community. If the farm workers are here, who is going to replace them? So we need an immigration system that provides a pathway for hardworking people, for people who are law-abiding people in our communities, so that they can stay here and continue to work and build a family and be part of the community in a way that they don't have to live here in fear. Right now in my community, people are afraid. They're afraid to go to work. They're afraid to send their kids to school. They're afraid to go to their places of worship. This is un-American.
You know, you say this is un-American, and we know that it is still such an active scene out there. So many families are just showing up, and we know that many of these families are also undocumented.
Absolutely. I met last week with a group of people, and there was a young man, I think he was 12 years old, and both of his parents had been detained, and he has no idea where they are. He had a godmother that was looking after him, but to come in and separate families like this is inhumane.
You know, Congresswoman, I also have to speak of the resilience of these people. So many of them, as we've been saying, are undocumented, yet they are still showing up to go to work. And oftentimes they know they're showing up and they are risking being detained.
Absolutely. And as they showed up during the pandemic. So, you know, they showed up. They were essential workers. And you're right. You are right. They show up. They take pride in their work, and they're working hard because they want to create opportunities for their families, for their children.
So let's talk about the process now, though. What happens next? I mean, a lot of these people, we're not sure where they're going to end up. Families don't know where some of these people are going to go. What's the process? What does that process look like?
Well, we're trying to discern that because we don't really have any answers. And certainly there are, the courts are, there have been cases moving forward in the courts, but those decisions have not been made. What is legal, what is not legal. But we honestly, we just don't know because we just don't have the information. And you know, I worry that it's going to continue to escalate, particularly here in the state of California. So, again, I just don't understand when the president says we're not going to go after farm workers, and farmers know who they employ, and they employ good people, and we're not going to go after them. And that's a true statement, in my opinion. But now, obviously, they're going through, and when I'm watching it on the news, I know that there are federal agents out there, but it's really unclear whether they're ICE, whether it's, they're masked, they're unidentifiable, are they CBP, or are they National Guard? It's hard to know, but there are a lot of people out there to detain hardworking farm workers.
Congresswoman, have you spoken to some of the farmers out there? What are they saying to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think our farmers are very concerned. It is this is the time of the year where crops have to be picked, and if they don't get picked, farmers lose. Their bottom line is gone. So they're very, very concerned about this and have been concerned actually for a long time. I think our farmers want a legitimate immigration system that they can depend on and rely on.
So I think at this point, they want to know, how could they be protected? Is there a way they can be protected here?
I'm sorry, how the farmers can be protected? I didn't understand.
Yes. I think many of them want to know, is there anything that can be done to protect them?
Yeah, any business person needs certainty looking into the future, as do our farmers. And so this uncertainty, this unsure whether their produce is going to be picked and it's going to be shipped away, they don't know. So it makes it very, very difficult. And this is, Ventura County is a wonderful, wonderful place to live, and it's beautiful with all of its open space, and it's beautiful because of all the farms. We grow so much produce here. I always say that, our county is not the breadbasket of the country, but we're the fruit and vegetable basket of the country. And what is happening here in Ventura County in terms of our farms is essential to feeding America.
Congresswoman, as we've been talking about, will they be protected or not? President Trump has mentioned in the past that farm workers would be exempt. Do you see that happening at any point?
I hope so. I hope so. He said that before, but this certainly is not that. This is quite something else. This is not a normal immigration enforcement. It makes me believe that it's probably politically motivated. But it is, again, as I say, it's immoral, it's vulgar, it's egregious, and it's un-American. It's not what our country is and what our country is about. We are a country of immigrants. These people are part of our community.
They're part of our community, and now, Congresswoman, we've got to be concerned whether or not these people are going to show up to work tomorrow.
Absolutely, and I'm sure our farmers are very concerned, are very, very concerned about that. So, fruit on a tree only can be there for so long if it doesn't get picked. It's no good. It falls to the ground, and it's waste.
Congresswoman Brownlee, thank you very much for your time. We do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thanks for covering it.
Absolutely. And stay with NBC4 for continuing coverage of today's immigration operation in Ventura County. We'll have breaking new details throughout the afternoon and evening on air and on our website, NBCLA.com. Nightly News is next.